Welcome back, everybody. This is day 21 of van life in New Zealand. First things first, I tried to find a cafe in Taupo. I was needing to charge my EcoFlow because I'd be off grid for the next couple of days, so I did. And then I booked my campsite for that night. It was Crossroads. And then my EcoFlow was finally charged, and it was time to get moving. So off we went. I really wanted to get hiking poles, though, because I was hiking Tongariro the next day, and I went and looked, and I couldn't find any. And then they were $200 at Macpac, and I was like, no. But I asked the associate, and she came back and got me these guys for $100, and I was like, don't mind if I do. And then they had these geothermals on sale, 2 for $50, I think. And so I was like, yep, don't mind if I do. So I checked out, and then I went to the falls that are nearby. And they're really pretty, but I do think they're a little maybe overrated. But I saw my friends from a while back, which was really, really cool to see them. And from above, I will say the falls look cooler. So that is worth a stop if you're in the area, just to go up a little bit and then check them out. It's pretty cool from above. I then made my drive to the next stop, which was Craters of the Moon. I put on sunscreen because we are skin safe out here. Filled up my water bottle because we also stay hydrated. And then off we went. Here is some information on the geothermal pools. Pause this if you're interested to see them. This is a crater. What's really cool about this area is that it's all craters. You can see it's still steaming. So it's a really cool spot to check out if you're in the area. I was a bit hesitant. It's only like $5 or $10 to get in. But I decided to give it a shot, and I was really glad that I did. It was really different to the other geothermal areas that I had seen thus far. And then this fly came over and hitched a ride, and I was like, oh my God, you want to be best friends? No. I realized later, after he was with me for like 10 minutes, I was like, are you just hanging? No, he was eating the stuff from underneath my fingernail. And I was like, that's crazy. Also, thank you. That's a symbiotic relationship. So don't mind if you do. I was like, thank you so much. Then I walked all the way to the top, which was fine. My car told me I had low tire pressure for the first time ever, so I went and tried to get it fixed. And then they were like, we can't help you. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to buy a gauge on my own. So I decided, let's just keep driving the lights off. So I did, and it was stayed off. So it's been fine since. So it might have just been a fluke with the temperature, who knows what. But we were driving and on our way to Tongariro. Finally made it to my campsite. Here I am opening the gate. This is a paid campsite. I think I paid $30 for a night, but it's so close to the Tongariro crossing that it was worth it just for the convenience of it. It's only like a 7-minute drive. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to be up early tomorrow, and I just don't want to have to deal with it. So I got to my campsite, and then I tried to fit my hiking poles, and I couldn't remember exactly how they should be. I was like, I think it's a 90-degree angle from like your elbow. Those were too low, but I raised them later. But I was like, that's about right? Question mark. I just can't remember. So anyways, I thought that this was going to do the job, and it did. I raised them a little bit later. Then I decided to connect Starlink because I needed to figure out, number one, how to actually set them up and make sure that that was correct. And number two, had a little bit of work to catch up on. Then I decided to charge all my things for tomorrow, and I set up my DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which is what I use to shoot YouTube videos, and I started filming some content for YouTube, which will be up soon. Then the horses came by, and I was like, hi, are you friendly? And yes, they were! And I was like, oh, I love you! It was so nice. I love horses, and I think they're really beautiful, and it was really cool to have them at the campsite with us. And then I went for a stroll trying to find this stream that had been mentioned time and time again. I walked all around and really couldn't find it. So I ended up giving up, and I got some food ready for tomorrow. And then I made my dinner for that night, which was just guacamole. But then I was hungry later on, so I ate more as well. But here I am just enjoying that. And then it was time for the horses to have their dinner as well. Oopsies, I dropped it. But the owner came by and she gave me carrots to feed them, which I was like, oh, I love horses. Thank you. And then this one kept following me. And I was like, babe, I don't have any more food for you. It's for this guy over here. But I love that you're so cute. So thank you. It was really sweet. I love this little baby. And then the horses were driving my neighbors crazy. I was like, these are literally dogs. These horses were at their back as they were cooking. And I was like, that's a lot. Like, that's intense. And then this one went trotting off. And I was like, yo, okay, one of us is not having it. It was wild. And then I thought about my grandpa, and I cried and grieved. because it's just tough. And so then I looked through old photos just to reminisce, which was really nice. TBT when I had hair. Some of the things my friends sent me are amazing. And it was really nice just to take some time and reminisce before eventually going to bed, because I had to be up really, really early the next morning. This was day 21. Good night, everybody.